Hi, boys and girls. Look who's back. The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. I don't like that word, but it's in the title of the book. So I read some of these the other day, and it's been one of my favorites so far, and I got a couple more to read to you. I'm so excited. Let's see who's out there. I hope Ben and Lily, and I hope you're joining us. It was great having you at the house yesterday. Hi, Sam and Henry. Hi, Samantha and Benny. Hi, Hannah and Noah. Hi, Kayla. How are the kids? Hi, Matea. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Zachary, Aria, and Colin. Okay, hi to everybody. I hope you're going to join us today for some very, very funny stories. Let's see. It's so hard to decide. Let me turn the pages, and I marked the page. Let's try this one. The Other Frog Prince. Okay. So I got a bunch of props, but I think I forgot to get a frog. I got a turtle. We'll save him for another story. Once upon a time, there was a frog. One day when he was sitting in the lily pad, he saw a beautiful girl, a beautiful princess. She was sitting by the pond. He hopped in the water, swam over to her, and poked his head out of the weeds. "Pardon me, oh beautiful princess," he said, in the most sad and pathetic voice. "I wonder if you could help me." The princess was about to jump up and run, but she felt sorry for the frog with the sad and pathetic voice. What do you think she's going to do? Let's find out. So she asked, "What can I do to help you, little frog?" "Well," said the frog, "I'm not really a frog, but a handsome prince who was turned into a frog by a wicked witch's spell. And the spell can only be broken by the kiss of a beautiful princess." The princess thought about this for a second, then lifted the frog from the pond and kissed him. "I was just kidding," said the frog. He jumped back into the pond, and the princess wiped the slime from the frog off her lips. The end. Did he trick her? Yes, he did. That wasn't very nice, was it? Okay, we already read that one, so we're going to go past that. And I marked the next spot for the next story. And we already read Jack's story. We're going to do this one, Rumpelstiltskin, or The Girl Who Really Blew It. Oh my gosh, Rumpelstiltskin. I wonder what that's going to be about. Are you thinking maybe something like Cinderella and Rumpelstiltskin? Let's find out. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. And here, I'll hold this up. This will be our Cinderella. I know you recognize her, don't you? Who lived with her wicked stepmother and her two ugly stepsisters. So, here's her wicked stepmother and her two ugly stepsisters. You recognize those characters? These step relatives were not only wicked and ugly, but they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. So here she is cleaning the house. She's using this broom. I know, Oliver, and say you like to clean the house too, don't you? So she's cleaning the house every day. One day, the local prince announced he was holding a fabulous ball at his castle. What's a ball? Yeah, it's another word for dance. And everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters got all dressed up to go, but as usual, they made Cinderella, what'd they make her do? Right, clean the house, sweep, sweep, sweep. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Wah, wah. Why is she crying? Right, because they all went to the dance, to the ball, and she couldn't go. Just then a little man appeared. "Please don't cry," he said. Here's the little man who appeared. "Please don't cry. I can help you spin straw into gold." "I don't think that will do me much good," said Cinderella. "I need a fancy dress. I need a glass slipper." Look what Mimi has. "And a coach. Would you like to try to guess my name?" said the clever little man. "What do you think his name is?" "No, not really." "Come on, do you think it is Chester?" If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter." "Oh, just guess a name, any name." "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Cinderella. What's she gonna do? Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming. This is what he was screaming. "Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin." When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They still made her clean the house. And meaner still, they changed her name to Cinder Rumpelstiltskin. The end. Oh, they're not very nice, are they? This next story is called The Tortoise and the Hare. What's a hare? Yeah, that's another word for a bunny. What's a tortoise? Oh, sorry, that was the glass slipper. What's a tortoise? That's another word for turtle. The Tortoise and the Hare. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise who was very slow, but very dependable. He would always get where he set out to go. It just took him longer than most people. One day, Rabbit saw Tortoise walking slowly but surely down the road and said, "Tortoise, you are so slow. I could probably grow hair faster than you run." "Oh, yeah?" said the tortoise slowly. "Yeah," said Rabbit. So they decided to race. On the day of the big race, Tortoise and Rabbit lined up at the starting line. Owl said, "On your mark, get set, go." Tortoise started to run. Rabbit started to grow his hair. That's funny. Can you grow your hair? Tortoise ran. Rabbit grew his hair. 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 Tortoise is still running. Rabbit is still growing his hair. The end. Is that a silly story? Okay. This is going to be a very fun story. The book is named after this story. The Stinky Cheese Man. And Mimi got some cheese for you. How's it smell? Is it stinky? The Stinky Cheese Man. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. And here's the little house. Okay, I'm borrowing this from Zayra. Thank you, Zay. Isn't that a cute little house? And they were lonely. So the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave him a piece of bacon for his mouth and 2 olives for his eyes and put him in the oven to cook. What do you think's going to happen? Does this remind you of another story you know? When she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. Phew! What is that terrible smell? She cried. The Stinky Cheese Man hopped out of the oven and ran out the door, calling, "Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man." What does that remind you of? Did somebody say gingerbread man? Oh, good, good, yes. I'm not really very hungry, said the little old man. The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. I'm not really all that lonely, said the little old lady. So they didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in a field. Wow, what's that awful smell, said the cow. What is it that they're smelling? Right, some cheeses have a stinky smell. The Stinky Cheese Man said, I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Stinky Cheese Man. The cow gave another sniff and said, I'll bet you could give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds. So the cow didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. The Stinky Cheese Man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside of school. So here's some kids. They're outside playing. The Stinky Cheese Man said to the kids, I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too. I can, I can. Gross, said a little girl. What's that nasty smell? Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man. A little boy looked up, sniffed the air. If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him. Let's get out of here. So the kids didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. How's this different than the gingerbread man? By and by, the Stinky Cheese Man came to a river with no bridge. How will I ever cross this river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart, said you-know-who. Right, the Stinky Cheese Man. Just then, the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes. Why, just hop on my back, and I'll carry you across, Stinky Cheese Man. How do I know you won't eat me? Trust me, said the fox. Do you think the Stinky Cheese Man should trust the fox? So the Stinky Cheese Man hopped on the fox's back. The fox swam to the middle of the river and said, Oh man, what is that funky smell? What was it that he smelled? Yeah, it was the cheese. The fox coughed, gagged, and sneezed. Achoo, achoo! And the Stinky Cheese Man flew off his back and into the river, where he fell apart. The end. What kind of an ending is that? Were you surprised? Shh. Be very quiet. I moved the end paper up here so the giant would think the book is over. The big lug is finally asleep. Now I can sneak out of here. Just turn the page very quietly, and that will be the... I found the wheat. I planted the wheat. I grew the wheat. I harvested the wheat. I ground the wheat. I made the dough. I baked the bread, said the little red hen. And did anyone help me? Did anyone save space for my story? So now, said the little red hen, who thinks they're going to help me eat the bread? Who's going to help? Are you going to help? Bread, said the giant. Eat, said the giant. Uh-oh, did the giant wake up? The end. Is he eating? What fun stories. I really like this book, The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. It won a Caldecott Honor Award. So it's a very prestigious book. So this is a fun book for you to read if you ever want to get a new book or go to the library and get one out. So it was fun reading about the Stinky Cheese Man, and we got to read about the tortoise and the hare. And you might want to go and read some of the original stories that are the regular versions of the stories. We read about the princess. And we read about the stepmother and the stepdaughters who were not very nice to Cinderella. So now, what can you do? Can you write your own little fairy tale? It can be very silly. You can use some of the same characters. You can use the tortoise and the hare. You can use Cinderella. You can use Rumpelstiltskin. And what would you have happened in your story? I can't wait to find out. Well, have a great day, boys and girls, and thanks for joining me for a story. Love you. Love Mimi. Bye.